All right, let's address the socially anxious mammal lurking just outside the door. Or more accurately, the introverted elephant who saw a crowd inside. Panicked at the thought of small talk about humidity and decided to go home instead. Society has somehow agreed that whoever speaks the loudest must also be the most intelligent, successful, and destined for middle management greatness. Meanwhile, introverts are silently taking notes from beneath a weighted blanket, plotting their quiet rise to power and wondering why everyone thinks personality is a volume setting. We live in a world where your worth is apparently determined by how many group chats you're in, how quickly you respond to texts, and whether you show up to every single social event like you're collecting attendance points for some cosmic popularity contest. Well, guess what? This isn't your typical feel-good, it's okay to be quiet video, where I pat you on the head and tell you you're special. This is a full-blown celebration of not giving a single damn about your third brunch invitation this month. So buckle up, because we're about to explore 7 genuinely surprising benefits of embracing your inner introvert. And I promise you, none of them involve becoming more extroverted. Benefit number 1. You're socially invisible, and it's actually a superpower. Let's start with the obvious one. At parties, you have mastered the art of human camouflage, while everyone else is desperately trying to be seen, heard, and validated by strangers who will forget their name in 20 minutes. You're standing by the kitchen counter like a social ninja, observing the chaos unfold. You know exactly where the good snacks are. You've identified all the escape routes. And you're getting premium entertainment watching Brad from accounting try to explain cryptocurrency to someone's grandmother. This invisibility isn't a bug. It's a feature. You're like the narrator of your own reality show, except instead of being forced to participate in the drama, you get to watch it with snacks. Meanwhile, the extroverts are out there performing their personalities like they're auditioning for a role they didn't even want, sweating through small talk about houseplants and weekend plans. Benefit number 2. You don't blurt out dumb ideas in meetings. Here's where introverts really shine in professional settings. While your extroverted coworkers spill out every random thought they have, you're the one quietly thinking before you say anything. Revolutionary concept, I know. You're not competing for airtime like it's a gladiator arena. So when you finally do contribute, people actually listen because you haven't already exhausted your credibility with 17 different opinions about the office coffee machine. The best part? You get credit for being a good listener, which apparently is rarer than finding someone who actually reads terms and conditions. Your manager thinks you're thoughtful and strategic, when really you're just horrified by the idea of saying something stupid in front of 12 people and having it live forever in meeting minutes. Benefit number 3. You've perfected the vanishing act. Leaving a party without a grand exit isn't antisocial. It's an introvert superpower. You've turned the silent departure into a stealth mission worthy of a spy film. No awkward goodbyes, no group hugs, no pretending you'll meet up again. Just 1 minute you're there, and the next you've disappeared into the night like a socially exhausted ninja. Extroverts think this is rude. Introverts know this is efficient. You've saved yourself and everyone else. Getting away from the exhausting performance of pretending you don't want to go home and put on sweatpants. You've eliminated the risk of getting trapped in one more conversation about someone's new diet, or their thoughts on that thing everyone's talking about. You're home, in comfortable clothes, with your own snacks, wondering why people act like this is antisocial behavior. Benefit number 4. You observe drama instead of starring in it. Now, if you've watched this far without hitting subscribe, I can only assume your commitment issues run deeper than your love of solitude. But let's continue because we need to talk about your remarkable ability to stay out of other people's mess. While everyone else is getting tangled up in workplace drama, friend group politics, and social media feuds, you're sitting on the sidelines with metaphorical popcorn. You're not inserting yourself into conflicts that have nothing to do with you. You're not picking sides in arguments about things that won't matter next week. And you're definitely not posting vague statuses about how people need to know their place. You have mastered the ancient art of minding your own business, which apparently makes you some sort of mythical creature in today's world. You know everyone's drama because people tell you things, but you're not spreading it around like you're running a gossip newsletter. This makes you both trustworthy and mysteriously well-informed, which is a powerful combination. Benefit number 5. You protect your peace like it's a national treasure. Introverts have figured out something that extroverts are still learning the hard way. Your energy is not an unlimited resource, and you don't owe it to everyone who asks. You've developed boundaries that would make a fortress jealous. You say no to things that don't serve you. You don't feel guilty about needing alone time, and you've stopped apologizing for not being available 24/7. This drives extroverts absolutely insane because they interpret your need for space as personal rejection, when really you're just practicing basic emotional hygiene. You're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. You're trying to preserve your sanity in a world that thinks being busy equals being important, and being available equals being kind. Benefit number 6. You've developed actual hobbies instead of just networking. While extroverts are out there collecting business cards and LinkedIn connections like their Pokemon cards, you've been quietly developing actual skills and interests. You read books that aren't just professional development guides. You have hobbies that don't require other people's validation, and you can entertain yourself without needing a committee to plan your free time. You're not joining clubs just to expand your network or taking classes to meet people. You're doing things because you actually enjoy them, which is apparently a radical concept. You've discovered that you can have meaningful experiences without documenting them for social media or turning them into networking opportunities. Benefit number 7. You know the difference between being alone and being lonely. Here's the big one. The benefit that makes extroverts genuinely confused and slightly jealous. You've figured out how to enjoy your own company, which means you're never really alone in the sad, desperate way that people fear. You can go to movies by yourself, eat at restaurants alone, and spend entire weekends without human interaction. And none of this feels tragic or pathetic. This doesn't mean you hate people or that you're antisocial. It means you're comfortable with yourself, which is more than most people can say. You don't need constant external validation to feel okay about who you are. You don't need someone else to make experiences meaningful. And you definitely don't need to fill every moment of silence with noise. Now, before we wrap this up, let's get real for a second. There's a difference between being introverted and having social anxiety or depression. If your preference for solitude has turned into an inability to connect with people when you want to, or if you're avoiding social situations because they cause genuine panic rather than just mild annoyance, that's worth talking to someone about. A therapist is going to be more helpful than any YouTube video or BuzzFeed personality quiz. But if you're just tired of apologizing for not wanting to go to every happy hour, group hangout, and networking event that crosses your path, then congratulations. You figured out something that took extroverts years to learn. You don't have to perform your personality for other people's comfort. The world needs people who think before they speak, who observe before they act, and who know that sometimes the best contribution you can make to a conversation is not participating in it. So keep protecting your energy, keep choosing quality over quantity, and keep making extroverts slightly uncomfortable with your ability to exist peacefully without their approval. All right, I'm slipping out before someone asks me how my weekend was.